It's a nightmare in this place. I really hate the airport. Welcome back.
Thanks.
How was your trip?
Great.
How is it to be back in this car?
I've been in a car just like this, like all weekend.
Yeah, but not with me.
True.
So also great. I feel like the middle of this vlog is missing in some way, but it's because Mal was exhausted because Mal had an extremely busy weekend.
I was up at 4:30 today.
And I was exhausted because I did the thing that I do when you're gone and stayed up. So we took a pretty long nap. Otherwise, we just got some things done a little bit today, and then Mal did another Dark Cloud stream, which is notable because you took a month off from doing that to work on the big painting. So now you're tired. So now you're back to Dark Cloud.
Yeah.
One of the things that Mal did, though, is she brought back a handful of things from Wisconsin from your mom's house. And one of the things she brought back, which I thought was very, very cute, were these. And they're little cat silhouettes that can go up on like the corners of windows. And Mal has the story behind them, and they're pretty neat.
So my grandparents lived in northern Wisconsin, like not quite upper Michigan, but like pretty close to upper Michigan. And there was a little like country breakfast place up there. And we used to go there all the time when we go see my grandparents. We normally always went to the supper club on a Friday for the fish fry, but sometimes we'd go to the diner, and they had these up on the wall, and I always really loved them as a kid because they were cats, and I had a black cat. And at some point, my dad was like, "Do you guys have those for sale?" Because they had like some things that they had up for sale, and they were like, "Yeah, we have them." So he bought 2 sets of them, one for Carly, one for me, and they had been in my room at my mom's house for a long time until she moved, and she packed them away, and it was one of the things I brought back.
I think they're cool. And I mean, I'm sure that they very much remind you of your childhood in some way.
Yeah.
And I think that's neat. I think the thing that's fun is whenever you can get something, like bring something back from your childhood that is still nice to keep around. Because sometimes things from your childhood are like for children. But if it's like an actual like decoration that you can have up and be like, that.
There's a lot of photos that I had that she sent with me.
Yeah.
Old yearbooks. Like I've had my senior yearbook here, but like other yearbooks.
Yeah.
My diploma from high school I didn't have here, so
Yeah.
Other little things that I brought back.
Got a collection of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is where the final resting place of these cats will be. We might move them around. You'll probably put at least one in your
Yeah, I'm gonna put one in my office.
You said Carly has a matching set, right?
She does.
That's cool. So now she has some and you have some. Yeah.
Well, that's the same story with this, right?
Oh, the cat statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it when I was at her house.
Yeah. I don't know.
Have we ever talked about this?
I don't know. The vlog is 15 years old.
Here,
It's
let
hard
me hold
to.
this black object in front of my black t-shirt.
Yeah, let me walk over here so we can see it better.
So this is actually half of a pear. Oh,
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
And I've seen the same shape, but like the eyes are painted. Like go online on like a vintage mid-century modern thing.
Yeah.
But I've never seen any this matte black. And my aunt had these on my dad's side, and they're a mirrored pair. They're just a little bit different. They're not perfectly mirrored.
Yeah.
And I adored these as a child. And at some point, Mary gave them to us, and it was decided I would get one and Carly would get the other.
Yeah.
And so Carly has the matching one on her bookshelf in her living room. So, like, black cats.
I mean, you just loved cats.
I did. I wanted a cat so bad.
Yeah.
You know, some kids carried around blankets, some carried around stuffed animals. I carried around a stuffed animal cat.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved that thing a lot.
Yeah.
I wanted a cat so bad.
Do you know, like, when that first love started? Like, what was the initial... I'm just curious because, like...
There's a photo of me with Little Kitty. Let me
Well, I guess the thing is like I love cats, but when I was born, there was a cat already in the home.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case
That
for
was
you.
not the case for me.
So you pined after cats, and then eventually got cats.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious, like, what the initial pining was. Like, you probably can't remember because you were a
can't
kid.
remember. It was, I always
You were a-
wanted one.
you were a
I
child.
always had a stuffed animal cat. Here's the photo of little kitty.
How old were you when you got the cats? Do you remember?
Second grade.
Second grade.
So I was going through some of the photos,
Yeah.
and so here's my little kitty stuffed animal, and I still have this, and like it's in a lot worse shape now.
Yeah.
But like this is the thing I carried around was this cat.
Yeah. You loved cats. Mm-hmm. So you were super young when you started.
Carly's, yeah. So this would have been, I was a little over 2 years old here.
Huh. Latched onto cats, and then that was that.
So like, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I might go through photos at some point and just see where that stuffed animal cat shows up
oh
in
yeah.
like the history of my childhood.
Well, it's early.
It's earlier than 2 years.
Yeah, I actually didn't know it was that early. I thought it was something that you got when you were closer to like 4 or 5 or whatever. But no, okay. So you were creating an attachment to a stuffed animal cat as a very, very young
Yes.
child, like a toddler.
Yes.
So if that's your attachment, then it makes a lot of sense that you would eventually get old enough to be like, I want this to be alive. Yeah. Do you happen to know why the attachment to black cats?
Mel.
I know, but like, did you pick out Mel because he was a black cat, or you just that was?
I remember my dad calling us. This was after my parents got divorced, and I remember him calling, and he's like, "I'm looking at kittens," and he's like, "They have a gray one, and a tabby cat, and a black cat, and a white cat," and he went through all the cats, and I wanted the black cat. Like I didn't know anything about his personality or anything, and he was a kitten, so
Yeah.
was Tabby, and I passed the phone to Carly, and he went through all the colors with Carly, and she picked out the tabby cat, and then he went home with him.
And how old were you?
Second grade,
Second grade. Okay.
so like 7 or 8.
Yeah. And then that started a life.
Mel was like how Kepler follows you and Kepler is always on you. That's
Yeah.
how Mel was with me.
Mel was a sweet boy.
He was.
I got the opportunity to meet Mel and Tabby. They've been gone for a long time now, but I met them. That was obviously all pre-vlog, so that doesn't exist. But I got a chance to meet them and spend time with them. Mel was jealous.
Oh yeah, he was jealous. He did not want you around.
Mel was very jealous. I showed up and he was like, "Who are you? This is my human." And I'm like, "Sorry, buddy, I didn't." The interesting thing is that usually I get along extremely well with almost every animal I meet almost immediately. And that's just been something that's followed me like my entire life. And my dad's the same way. So my mom is said like me and my dad are, I don't know, animal whisperers or whatever, but I've always had that. And the one animal I would want that most with was my girlfriend's cat. But instead, my girlfriend's cat was like, "What are you doing? Who is this? You're not supposed to be here."
There's Mel. Oh, you have to probably move that for the glare.
Yeah. And it's Melster. Yeah. I'm glad that I got a chance to, meet him and Tabby and spend, some time with them. That's a nice memory of mine. So yeah, anyway, cat stuff. So much cat stuff. There's probably more cat stuff of yours still at your mom's house.
She couldn't find one of my stuffed animal cats.
Yeah.
She found most of them. I have Little Kitty, and then if people remember the little cats that had like the big round heads with the marbles in them, and they purred, and like the marble just rolled and you could hear it, and it sort of sounded like purring. I have those, but I had a big cat, and she didn't know where that was. But it had like this collar That
Yeah.
was like lace, and we found that. So.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. I'm glad that she's got, her other stuff, her yearbooks and stuff here now too. That's good. That's it. I'm happy to have Mal home. I know Mal's happy to be home. We're gonna have maybe a tiny little cup of ice cream before bed, and then maybe try and get some quality sleep tonight for the first time
Yeah.
in a while. It's not that I don't sleep well alone. It's just that I have a hard time, I think, going to bed. Like when I get in bed, like if me and Mal are going to bed, normally, I don't stay up on my phone. I'm just like, I understand, like, oh, we're going to bed, and then I go to bed. But if no one's around, I'm like, well, let's see what's up. I'm glad you're home. I missed you. I'm glad you're back.
Thanks.
Tomorrow will be fun.
Oh yeah, we're going on a date.
Yeah. Got a fun thing planned. It should be a good time. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. And as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?